yeah. Ball in my court, high step is a layup. My life like a movie, just keep moving, it's a trailer. Chefing in my kitchen, got me trying to get my cake up. I thank God for all this coming to me, not straight up. Ball in my court, high step is a
Ash, what's up, bro?
What's up?
Just win every day.
Not even mine. It's a friend of mine's, and they wanted a little promotion, so I said I'll wear it
On the show, on He's With Us?
on the final episode.
The final episode. How you feeling about that?
I'm feeling confident with my decision.
Okay. What'd you learn about yourself podcasting?
What did I learn? I guess I'm a better speaker than I thought I was, probably. So,
I think that's true.
you know.
You know what's crazy? We got through all these episodes that we never had to edit out a pause. Like where we just had nothing to say. That's pretty incredible, actually.
Yeah, I guess that's what I thought. I assume would happen to me more often than not, but I guess I guess I was able to kind of figure shit out.
Elite. Very elite.
The best.
Not being able to stop for how, I don't know how, wait, what, 28 episodes? 30, something like that?
Over 30. It's like
over 30.
I think this will be 33.
You're a pro podcaster, my man.
Pro.
All right, but let's get to the news, man. Bronny James, the 55th pick. At the end of the day, Bron gets what he wants. His podcast partner, JJ Redick, is the new head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. His son is on the team, and Chris Paul is on his way. This guy just gets what he wants, man. At the end of the day, you could call it power. It feels like he could control a lot. Like they say, you can't control everything, but Bron controls a lot.
Yeah, he does, but like I think what annoys me and annoys a lot of people is that he acts like he's not controlling anything. That's the biggest. That's like he's like, bro, I didn't even know Bronny played basketball. Like I'm like it's like, come on, bro, just like take like if that's what you want, cool, own it. You know what I mean? It's so like honestly, even though we all saw it coming, I really didn't think Bronny was gonna get drafted. I just didn't think like. Because at the end of the day, now it's a circus. You know, no matter how successful he is, this is a fucking circus. You know what I mean? If you're a teammate of LeBron James and, like, you've asked, like, ownership for, like, hey, can I get, you know, parking in this area? And they're like, you know what? Sorry, this is only staff only and, like, you know, executives. This motherfucker's running the entire fucking team. He got the coach. He got them to like the crazy thing about drafting Bronny is that like how long is LeBron gonna stay? Like a draft is a foundational piece for years to come.
Usually.
And you are investing it on a guy that is probably gonna retire soon. That shit is crazy power. You know what I mean?
It is crazy power.
And like as a teammate of yours, even like I mean, I hope everybody's on board because this is a lot, bro. This is a lot, bro. Like we talking about Giannis getting his brother on the team. This is next level, bro.
I don't see any of his teammates being mad because he's not going to threaten their playing time. Like he's not going to affect much.
I mean, it doesn't. Getting mad or not, bro, at the end of the day, human beings, bro, like, we all like to kind of feel like we're equal. You know what I mean? We like in the workplace, like, you don't want a guy that can get away with fucking anything. Like, you know,
in a
what I mean?
Workplace, there is usually a guy with more power than anybody else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And people have, you know, some sort of adverse, you know, emotions towards that person.
But there's no way around it.
I understand.
There always is going to be that guy.
But you have to collaborate and work with teammates. Like, that's the thing. So if you got some type of internal thing with somebody, you know, there's only few people out there that can really compartmentalize and be like, you know what? Even though I don't like this aspect about him, you know, it's about winning. You know what I mean? So like that, like I'm more shocked about like, what their angle are. They trying to win now? Like, is it like I understand the Lakers are a family oriented team, right? And organization. And that is one thing that they always value. So like out of all the teams in the NBA, they probably are the most nepotistic, right? And there's a ton of teams that deal with nepotism.
Pelinka even said today, he's like, it's a unique situation. It's a special situation. There's nobody who's ever played with their son in the NBA.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And like I know that's a thing for Jeannie Buss and a thing for the Buss family because they are so family oriented. So like I understand that, but it's like at what cost? You know what I mean? Like this is a lot. This is I mean, I'm happy. Like I just hope that that Bronny James is a halfway decent basketball player, because if he is, all will be lost, all will be forgotten. Nobody will really think about this. But if he is not a good basketball player and he crashes and burns, like his legacy is going to be, my dad got me on the Lakers. You know what I mean? And let's hope that like he's good enough where like people don't even think about that shit, because he don't even deserve the hate that it's going to come with like if he does crash and burn. You know what I mean? Like he don't deserve it, because he is, from all accounts, a great kid. That's what a lot of people say. He doesn't walk in the room with any sort of entitlement. He really works hard. He doesn't expect to be treated differently, even though he probably knows that he's being treated differently. So I hope for him that he's able to have a decent career, at the very least. My comp is Avery Bradley. So I've been saying Avery Bradley for a while. Everybody's saying Drew Holiday. I was like, do y'all remember Drew Holiday's offensive ability in high school and college? Like, y'all must have forgotten just because we think of him as just a defensive guy. Drew Holiday was a bucket getter in high school and college. And Bronny's just never been a bucket getter. He can score, but like, I don't think that's his game.
It was funny that JJ said him and Bron never talked about him being the coach of the team, man. You heard the noise in the background?
Of course, bro. Some dude was like, oh, come on, bro. Like, dog, it's like, bro, this is your first statement. This is one of your first statements, bro. Like, you want to build credibility. You don't want to start off with a lot, bro. That's crazy, like that's like going on a date and be like, I got a Mercedes Maybach, but it's
but
the
he's
shop
too
right
smart.
now.
Does he think people will believe him? You know what's crazy? Even if it's true, nobody's believing that.
Exactly, but at the same time, it's like it honestly, what it did tell me is that he's nervous. He's fucking nervous, and I didn't think he would be nervous.
What about that tells you that he's nervous?
Because I feel like he was flustered in that situation and he wanted to defend himself.
Okay.
Like that was information that was like he volunteered that information. They didn't ask, "Hey, did you talk to LeBron about this?" The question was like, was something about you and LeBron, the podcast, what I mean? Like, what did you, the question was like, after you got the job, what did you guys talk about? That was the question.
Okay.
Right? Like, hey, you and then he volunteered, well, 30 minutes after the call was the first time I ever spoke to him about the coaching position. Nigga, fuck, what are you talking about, bro? Like, so it just made me feel like he was overcompensating. He was nervous, and he wanted to say that, like, because I'm sure he probably understands nepotism is a thing that like can divide people.
Yeah.
Like, people don't fucking like that shit, bro. Like, people.
That's another question. Should people not like it?
Nepotism?
Like, yeah. Should people like, or is it like, hey, it's out of my control. This has nothing to do with me. I'm going to do what I have to do to be as successful as I could be. I'm not worried about if somebody benefits from nepotism.
Here's the thing. Nepotism is beneficial for the people who are, on the receiving end of it. But at the end of the day, people don't like when somebody who they feel doesn't deserve it gets it over them. Like, okay, for example, there are racial rules that are implemented at Harvard University so that they can get as many ethnic students as possible. Every single year, white parents send emails, letters, or whatever saying that my kid was wrongfully rejected from Harvard because you gave somebody who was black or brown the opportunity with less credentials than my kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or affirmative action. People complain, oh, black people, you know what I mean? Like I understand why they're mad about that shit. I get it. When somebody gets something that you feel you did more than, then we start to lose meritocracy. But in certain circumstances, there are some people who are in worse situations do deserve a helping hand. You know what I mean? But is Bronny James one of those people? You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing.
Not, right?
Probably not. So because of that, people are going to feel a certain type of way. Now, are they going to react on it? I don't know. But even when you feel something like that, it makes you start to think something different. Like, now you have like, for no reason, you have some sort of angst towards Bronny James. You know what I mean? Like, every single kid who is you talk to every single player who their dad was a professional basketball player. They talk about going against players, and people came at them way harder than they came at anybody else because, like, they felt like, oh, you a charity case, or you a trust fund type of kid. You know what I mean? You're getting all these opportunities because of your dad and whatnot, and they wanted to prove that you weren't that good. So Austin Rivers talks about it a lot.
Yeah, or if you're just that good like Steph Curry, all that is out the window, right?
Yeah. I mean, like at the end of the day, some people, like, at the end of the day, you gotta prove it. And like, I'm not saying Bronny he is an NBA player. Does he deserve to be in the NBA right now?
Prospect is a better word to use.
I guess so. Yeah, prospect.
Yeah.
Like, he's an NBA prospect.
Yeah.
But there's an NBA prospect on every block now in the country, and a lot of them don't get the opportunity that kid is getting. Like, that he is getting the opportunity to be able to fuck up, learn on the job, where somebody else with his skill set, if they did get that opportunity, it's like 2 bad practices in a row and you're fucking in the G League, or you're in China or Australia or wherever.
Well, he's going to be in the G League, but they'll make sure he plays a game with Bron at some point.
100%. You know what I mean? Like, these are that, like, at the end of the day, bro.
They just want that moment with Bronny and Bron. Yeah,
that's
like, gonna happen.
Like, I'm gonna ask people this, right? Post this shit. Lakers fans, right? Who's better, Bronny James or Andre Ingram? You know who Andre Ingram is?
No.
So I don't know if you remember this, right? There was a dude that played in the G League on the Lakers team.
Oh yeah,
for 13 years or whatever. Older dude. He had gray hair. Came in.
He was
first
cooking.
game cooking, bro. But he was like, dog. He had so many offers to go overseas and make crazy money, and he was like, I'm close, because he was cooking in the D League, cooking every night, and he felt like he was close, and coaches were telling him certain things, so he was like, you know what, I'm very close, and he just kept playing, and then he got so addicted to playing in the G League, where he finally was like, he had the best season of his fucking career. He's like he
had like gray hair already and stuff.
Yeah, but he was only like 32. He just looked older, but he had the best season of his career, right?
But that gave the story more mystique. Like, the gray hair, he looked old.
He was averaging like 27, shooting 55 from 3, right? From the season. And then they went to the championship game. They went to the D League championship game, right? And he was their leading scorer, and he was like, this is my opportunity. I'm going to kill it, that I'm going to be in the NBA, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to get my shot. And I guess he played awful in the finals, and they ended up losing by like 30 or 40 or something like that. Crazy. And he felt like he blew his opportunity. And then he's like, fuck that. I'm going overseas. So he took a bag and went to like, I don't know, Spain or something like that, right? And he said within a month, he was like, bro, I don't belong here. Like, he was good enough to play, but he was just like, he wanted to be in the States, and he went back to the D League, played a couple a season or 2 after that, and then got that call up, and he cooked, bro. But at the end of the day, who's better? Who's better?
I mean, one guy's 32 and one guy's like 18.
But who's better? That's what I'm saying. You know who?
I mean, Ingram at 32 is better, obviously better than Bronny right now.
Yeah, but no, it's just
There's a chance that Bronny will be better than him at 32.
It is absolutely. I mean, I hope he is.
There's also a chance he won't be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Nobody. The thing about Bronny too is like nobody knows who the fuck this kid is. That's the crazy thing. Like nobody knows his mentality. Like he has never
just started interviewing now.
Yeah, they don't know anything about him.
So how he cut Jordan? He did the
oh yeah.
Start bench cut.
I feel like LeBron is a fucking mastermind, and he's minding his child as well.
Well,
too.
I think obviously you can't go against your dad, and then he probably had a special relationship with Kobe.
Yeah, I'm sure, but damn.
Cutting Jordan's crazy.
Cutting Jordan is wild, bro. Like, I mean, I like, you know, I'm cutting Braun, but at the end of the day, cutting Jordan is crazy, bro.
It is crazy.
But at the end of the day, like, yeah, Bronny, I mean, I hope he's like, but we don't even know what, he has never even faced any adversity besides the heart thing, which is like life adversity. But on a basketball court, we don't even know what his willpower is like.
Well, how would you feel like you're at USC? You know, obviously we're always going to put Bron's kid into it. He didn't dominate. That's some kind of adversity right there. Like there were struggles there. That's a little bit of adversity.
Well, I'm talking about like, yeah, I know. And then even with that, that's adversity, but we have not seen him succeed past that adversity. Now he gets that adversity, and what does he get as discipline for that adversity? Advancement to the NBA. Like there's nothing more nepotistic than what just happened to him. You play bad and you get a better opportunity.
Yeah, there's always adversity. He probably feels like that. Like, you know, like I know I wish I could have proved myself more at the college level. I'm sure he's feeling that.
But like we haven't seen. So I'm just saying we don't know.
Yeah,
we don't know what type of kid he is. We don't know what his mindset is. Like what happens? Can you tell what's going to happen if he comes in shooting 22% from three, 35% from the field, 4 turnovers every time he touches the ball? Like, how are you going to bounce back from that? You've never even seen that in your life.
Yeah, I just from watching him play, there's more of a chance of him just being invisible than like, because he's kind of a smart player, than like having all those kind of turnovers and looking absolutely crazy. You know what I mean? Like he could play.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like there's a difference between college and NBA where if you like,
some people play better.
Okay. Offensive people play better usually, right?
Depends on your style of play, yeah.
But the NBA is so different in terms of how they exploit weaknesses.
Yeah.
Right? So whatever you do bad, we're going to figure that shit out ASAP, and they're going to exploit that shit. Right? So, like, one of the things that he is not good at is dribbling the ball. He is not a dribbler. That's just not his game. He's working on that. He's going to get there. He's more of a spot and shoot type of guy. You know, he's a transition, like full speed dribbler. Okay, that's cool. You know what I mean? We could do that. But like within the context of an
like
offensive
pick and roll and all that,
like he is not elite at that.
Like
that's the worst part of his game because he never was the star on his team, so he's constantly off the ball. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and now you're thrown into the NBA at 6'2". You're gonna have to be an elite ball handler. You have to be.
Yeah.
You know, it's just he's got a lot against him, but you know he seems like he's got a strong head, on himself. So like, I really am rooting for him because like he seems like a nice kid. His dad seems to have put him in a situation where it's like, damn, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Like, fam, it's bro. He's dealing with a lot, and his dad is pouring gasoline on top of it.
Yeah. But the guy they drafted in the first round who slipped. I even tweeted when I was actually at the draft in Brooklyn. I tweeted like, "Connect is falling." That kid could play, man, and he took a totally different route than let's say a Bronny James JUCO kid, and like killed in college, and obviously could really shoot it. He's probably going to be above average NBA athlete. He could probably help them right away. I thought OKC was going to take him, but
It's like 28, bro.
Nah. Don't do that. Don't do that.
What is he? He's like 23, though.
He's like 23. Yeah,
23, 24. Of course he could help. Yeah, he's a grown-ass man, bro. Like that motherfucker is ready to go, bro.
He could really shoot it, and he's really athletic,
Yeah.
and he's an NBA guy. I thought OKC was going to take him, but they took the other kid I like, Topic. But I thought it was a great pick. I'm surprised he fell that far.
Yeah, I mean, where was he projected as a mock? He was top 10, right?
Top 10, a lot of guys.
But who was that supposed to be? Do you know who? Because I think this
could have
draft
been anywhere
was the
from
most,
5 to 20.
But this draft was the most unpredictable. I think
100%.
that 90% of the teams in this draft picked for fit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
And so,
I agree.
like, I think you could never really get to a point where you're going to be like, oh, well, this guy slipped, because it was like, we don't really need him.
I
you know what I
talked
mean?
about that. Usually every draft, like conventional wisdom says you always take best available.
Yeah,
but there was no clear best available here for a lot of
so it
picks.
was just a lot of fit situations.
But they did a good job with that pick. I mean, they nailed that pick. Even though
I think they had no choice. I don't think that they were going into it thinking that that's
he
what
didn't think they were
going
to be there.
And then they were just like, oh shit, we have to make this pick.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm sure LeBron probably was.
They called
I'm sure he was breathing in somebody's ear on the phone, right, while eating 4:30 dinner with his family, waiting for Bronny to get picked the next day. You know, like, so he was. I'm sure he was like, yo, this is somebody that we need. We need a shooter. This is somebody that can help us ASAP. He's a doormat defensively, but hopefully he can.
He has some tools though.
Yeah, he's athletic. He's long. So, we'll see. I mean, like, it's all for nothing because Lakers ain't doing nothing. So
They're saying the French took over the draft. A lot of French guys.
Oh, I wonder why. You know?
Yeah, you talked about this with me.
Yeah, bro. I mean, you get one French unicorn, not everybody, you know. But apparently all these guys played on Tony Parker's select team.
Yeah.
And Tony Parker specifically went out there to try to source talent because he knew that there was a lot of really talented French kids that probably were overlooked.
I want to look at the percentage of how many of the players were international players out of the 60.
It was out of the 60. I don't know how many out of the 60, but it was like 10 out of the 30.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it was the most ever, they said. Tied for the most
And
ever.
also there was a trend, remember, like near the Darko Milicic time, there was like a bunch of international guys getting drafted even then. So now that's even more now. It's crazy.
So that was actually so that draft and this draft were the first drafts that the first two players did not play college.
Yeah.
Right. So those are the only drafts in history.
Which is weird because alternative routes been a thing for a while already. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, dog, the first college player drafted was fucking Reed.
Reed Shepherd. I think he went 3, right?
Yeah. That's the first college player.
To shoot it.
That's crazy. Reed Shepherd is the number one player out of college to be drafted, which is wild.
Yeah, people think his game translates because of the shooting.
Oh, he'll shoot, but like
playmaking's good.
Yeah, he's gonna be solid.
Better version of Grayson Allen.
Maybe the same, honestly. Like maybe just like
he got some more
worse defender, better playmaker.
Yeah, he's a better playmaker.
You know what I mean? Like it'll be Grayson Allen. But that's wild to think Grayson Allen going number 3 is the best available college player. That's a wild take.
Maybe he'll make us eat our words, but I've seen people have him at like number 1 on big boards. I'm like, look.
Oh my goodness gracious, man.
He's a good player. He could really play, but
6'2". 6'2". Like I understand it. 6'2", undersized, under athletic. That's smart basketball IQ, but like, I mean, at best, he's gonna be like Kirk Heinrich. If he's
Kirk
lucky,
Heinrich was nice.
Kirk Heinrich, if he's lucky, he'll be Kirk Heinrich.
Kirk Heinrich was nice.
Kirk Heinrich was legit. If he's lucky, he'll be Kirk Heinrich. And
Kirk
that's
Heinrich
like
was a little bigger, right?
6'6". Yeah,
That's a lot
6'5",
bigger.
6'6".
Yeah, it's a lot bigger.
Yes, I mean, yeah, probably on the 6'5", 6'4",
Yeah.
6'5" ish.
It's a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Kirk Hinrich was legit
But
and a defender.
This guy has the chance to be a better shooter. Shot 50% from three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's legit.
matters.
50% from three on the amount of attempts that he had is legit.
So what are your thoughts on these New York Knicks, man? They went full in. Nova Knicks. I was surprised, man. I was the one screaming out loud that they should trade Julius Randle for Mikal Bridges, and they don't even need to trade Julius. But 4 firsts is a lot, right? 4 firsts is a lot.
I mean, they had a ton of picks, but 4 firsts is a lot.
They had to do it. The time is now.
Why
the time is now?
The time is now. Why?
Because Jalen Brunson's playing at the MVP level. They got some depth. They got 2 All-NBA level players.
So what are they pushing for? That's the question.
The
I wanna
championship.
ask. Okay. Every single person, even though ecstatic about this pick, says they're still not a championship team.
Oh, they could definitely win a championship with this. This is a championship roster.
No.
Yes,
I mean, if I will give them a Toronto Raptors championship if like injuries occur, they have the right matchups, the Kawhi type bounces.
So, tell me,
like, but they're not a clear cut favorite.
Okay,
First of all, they can't beat Boston. We already know that. Right?
We don't know that.
We already know that. They can't beat Boston.
Kristaps wobbled his way to win a championship.
Okay, and Kristaps didn't even play, and they fucking swept the whole fucking Eastern Conference.
The whole East was injured.
And they swept the West. They basically swept the West. So like everyone keeps talking about, the East was injured. The West wasn't injured, and they basically swept the West.
Your Massachusetts bias is coming out.
I don't even like Boston. I don't even like Boston. I actually wanted Dallas to win. So, but at the end of the day, like,
look, they got good depth. They got every position needed. They got 3 all-star level players, right?
Who?
You admit, like Julius, Brunson, Mikal are all all-star level players.
Okay. Yeah.
They got bigs that could play. They got guys that defend. They're great team defenders. Jalen Brunson playing at an MVP level.
Absolutely.
Why can't they win a championship? Just like how you said, like the Nuggets won one year, they didn't win the next. It could be the same thing with Boston, and the Knicks could come out the East.
I just don't like. No disrespect to Mikal Bridges. I think is a great winning type player.
Yeah.
Right.
And you don't need him to be your best player in this situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I think that they're gonna have to figure something out with him and Julius Randle. Like I don't know what the Julius Randle situation is going to be.
What do you mean him and Julius? Mikal fits with anybody.
I understand, but like, what are you gonna do with Randle? Like
they played well, him, OG, and Jalen Brunson together. Like their winning percentage was crazy. You had Mikal, 3 and D.
So Mikal's gonna be the 2. Is that what?
Yeah, OG and Mikal.
OG's gonna be 3.
Yeah, OG and Mikal could play together.
And then after that,
I would bring Josh Hart off the bench.
Josh Hart's not gonna play that much. Like Josh Hart's not gonna be as effective. He's gonna be an 18-minute guy.
That's what I'm saying. Hartenstein, Brunson.
Hart's the type of guy. The more minutes you give him, the better he plays, and the less minutes you give him, he'll have his moments every now and again. You know what I mean? And then they're gonna bring DiVincenzo off the bench as well too. I don't know. I think they're gonna be good. I just don't think they're a better team. I'm not saying that they're not a better team. They have advanced. I just don't. First of all, I don't think they're still better than Boston. I think most people would agree with that. And then on top of it, I still don't think even if they somehow beat Boston, I think they're not better than 3 or 4 of the teams in the Western Conference. So like, it's not a championship team. I talked to my boy who is a diehard Knicks fan. I'm talking, he almost jumped off his roof when this shit happened. And he had been talking about this shit forever. He's like, get Jay Wright on the sideline. Yeah. Get Eric Pascal. Get them all.
I said the same thing.
And
I like Jay Wright as a coach better than Tibbs, me personally.
So they're like, he was excited about it. And he's like, yeah, they're closer. They're maybe a piece or 2 away. And I'm like, they ain't got time. Like they're pushing for something.
What kind of piece? Like the only thing they might be missing is a backup point guard, maybe, and you don't even.
They just got one.
What?
They just got one.
Who?
The kid Taylor, whatever, in the draft.
Yeah, he's a draft kid though. I mean, that's not. You think he's gonna play right away?
He's another 28-year-old nigga, 4-year starter in college, nigga. He's ready to go. Like,
know, but you don't even like need a traditional PG anymore. I think they're pretty complete, to be honest. And then you got the Nova Knicks thing. Like, when you have that type of chemistry, your roster might not have to be as good as the team that you're playing against, like a Boston Celtics. And even this year, they might have been the biggest threat to the Celtics if they were healthy.
I understand they lost to the fucking Pacers, fam. The Pacers.
They didn't have Randall, their second best player.
They lost to the
OG was
they
hurt.
played better without Randall, nigga.
What?
Like, they played better without Randall. They could have used
winning
Randall
percentage of
they could have used Randall maybe in the Indiana series, but they were a better team without Randall. So that's why everybody was talking about trading him. Because their record,
There's
you
a
know,
lot of people that don't like the idea of trading Randall.
I understand because he's an all-star player, but at the same time, you know, the team did play better. Randall is a ball stopper, which, you know, he like.
So wait,
I think for the Knicks to be a better team, Randall's offensive role has to diminish.
So you would have liked the idea, instead of all those first round picks, just Randall for Mikal? That would have been better for the Knicks?
No, I think that it's great that they got both of them. Now Randall's a great trading piece that I think that you can utilize to like fill the team up a little bit better.
Like, what archetype of player would you trade for Randall?
What do the Knicks really need?
PG-13?
Yeah, like they need a guy. Honestly, what the Knicks really need is like 2015 Klay Thompson. Like, that's like a type of player. Like,
too,
I mean, I don't know if he's the same person, but like
Herter,
a guy.
Herter's in his prime.
Man, Herter was awful last season, bro. My goodness, what a waste of money. I think he is good. I want him to be good. I liked Kevin Herter in Atlanta, and they wanted him to be so good in Sacramento, but he had an awful season, so his stock dropped. But a 3-and-D guy that doesn't need the ball, doesn't need a ton of plays set up for him.
Mikal is that guy, basically.
I don't think Mikal scores that much. Like, he just
score. You're describing Mikal?
Mikal, bro. Mikal, he even admitted he didn't score in high school. He didn't score in college. He scored his career high in NBA when he got on the Nets. He's not a scorer. Like, he can put up some points if you revolve an offense around him, but he's not that type of player. I don't think he asserts himself offensively that much. He doesn't want to take a ton of shots. You got to want to take a ton of shots to be a scorer. Like, Klay is a guy who can be good off of 12 shots or 25 shots. Sure. That's the type of person they need. I don't know if that person even exists in today's NBA. But they need a guy that, if, like, the thing about Randall is, like, if he don't get the ball, now he's not getting rebounds for you. Now his body language is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, and he's not going to be getting the ball as much. So if he's willing to accept a lesser role and do all the things besides score, and then when they need him to score, be ready to score, absolutely a perfect trade. You know what I mean? But I just don't. Randall's he hasn't had that type of track record. He's the type of guy that, like, he's established his thing.
What I'm saying is they played really well with Brunson, OG, and Randall on the court together, like crazy winning percentage. Can't Mikal fit around that, don't you think, without taking too much away from what Randall was already doing?
Possibly. I think Mikal revolves better, you know, in a like, plays better in an offense that moves the ball a little bit more, you know. Now, Randall's a ball stopper.
And the ball's not going to move a tremendous amount when Brunson's your best player either.
But Brunson makes that
he does.
That read.
He's a great thing. He's a great game manager.
Yeah, he makes the read. That's one thing. Like, it's different to when you're making a play with facing the team, facing the basket.
You would like Lauri Markkanen instead of Julius Randle.
Yes, someone did say that, actually. Someone said that would be the perfect fit. Oh, my guy, my Knicks fan.
Okay,
that's the thing. He was saying
he's asking for a lot now. They already got 3 All-Star guys.
Yeah. He was saying Lauri Markkanen was actually the perfect fit. That's exactly what he said. That would be a great fit. That, you know, absolutely.
Lauri would be a great fit for a lot of teams.
Absolutely, you know. So, I mean, but at the end of the day, all of this, on top of all of this, like, I just don't. If you're gonna name the teams that you would put, you know, enlist in terms of winning a championship, the Knicks are probably still, like, not even top 5, maybe just outside top 5. So like,
But you could make that case for a lot of teams if you want to like lean them a little. If you're on the pessimistic side, because the top of the league is so close. Like you could say that about not really top 5, about almost every team.
okay, so who do you think? Like, I think Denver is gonna revamp. Denver is gonna be.
Let's say in the East.
In the East. Okay,
They're probably number 2 at this point. No.
Yeah, so they're probably number 2, but you know, you got to think about like. I'm sure Milwaukee's gonna revamp. Like, so like they could like. I think they're definitely number 2 right now, but I would not be shocked if Milwaukee's a better team, right? And because they're gonna have a year to figure it out. Dame's probably settled a little bit more in Milwaukee now, and he's not like he's maybe he's a little bit out of his divorce situation, right? And then on top of it, you got and Doc's gonna have a whole year to implement his philosophy and whatnot,
right?
And then I would also not be shocked if the Sixers ended up getting Paul George and ended up being a better team as well too.
Joel Embiid. I'm not one of those guys who, like, I like to think somebody's gonna be fully healthy, but when it comes to him and Kawhi, like, I'm just unfortunately don't have that much faith anymore.
I agree, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is that if they do it, like, y'all gotta watch out for that. You know what I mean? Like,
man, it's so hard for those guys to play like 70 games in the playoffs, and then
Yeah.
if you're not playing 70, you have not enough chemistry to win a championship in the playoffs.
I agree. But I'm saying that could be an obstacle. I still put them number 2 right now. Still,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I mean, when you're number 2, it starts to depend on health of the 1 and 2.
Absolutely. But I mean, you also got these other teams. Like the difference, right, is like that no one talks about is advancement. The Knicks, like, they're a great team. They don't have a huge. They're almost at their ceiling in terms of the individual players. These guys are mid-20s, late 20s, and stuff like that.
They're in what now mode? Yeah.
A team like Orlando, they came out of nowhere. Were good last year. These guys are all young. Like, you never know. They could be OKC of the Eastern Conference. They could advance. Paolo could get better.
They're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Indiana, off of the confidence of getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, could get better. They just got Pascal Siakam, and they only got, like, you never know.
I don't think anything you're saying is wrong there.
Yeah. So,
but the Knicks are doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't think the Knicks are a favorite, and
okay.
And I think that I think I said to my friend, the most positive thing about all of this is that the Knicks are building a culture. I don't think this is the championship team. I think they could, if things slip into their hands, Kawhi situation in Toronto, couple key guys get injured, and then they find themselves in the finals, and then they have a lucky run, they could steal a championship. I don't think that this team is gonna win a championship. I don't think they have enough. Honestly, I know they were dealing with some injuries, but like the way they kind of folded to Indiana I was shocked by that. Like, I expected them to win easily.
Yeah.
And they were up 2-1?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So so and also, like, it's also different the next season when you're the hunted. You know what I mean? They're gonna be the hunted. Nobody saw them coming this year at this force. They're gonna be the hunted. So that's a whole different type like Jalen Brunson's a legitimate top 5 player now. So you're gonna get top 5 type of defensive attention. I'm not saying that he can't deliver, but it's a whole different type of, now it's like, okay, you know what? We want you to shoot these many shots. We don't want you to get your teammates involved. You know what I mean? Like, all these factors, like, you feel like when you're dropping dimes and getting buckets, you feel great. Like, now when you're just dropping, getting buckets, not dropping dimes, now your teammates are getting frustrated with you. Now it's like there's whole different type of psychological warfare that people implement when you're that good of a player, and he's earned it to be that person. So, like, usually there's a period of adjustment as well too. So we'll see what happens though. But I don't put him up there.
Yeah. You mentioned the Magic. You mentioned Clay. That's where they said he's going, man. I kind of like the idea of OKC better. I think it could really help them, but it don't look like he's going back to the Warriors.
Man, bring him back.
So let me ask you this: you rather
Like,
prioritize bringing Clay back over bringing PG-13 in?
Absolutely. I don't think PG-13. Bro, PG-13 don't even want to win a championship. You heard what that motherfucker said the other day?
What do you say?
He said, winning a championship is not my priority right now. It's like, bro, what? Like,
He said that?
Yeah, he said that. He's like,
No. He says he doesn't want to chase championships. It's a big difference.
Okay, chasing a championship is not one.
That means like going anywhere and kind of taking maybe a lot less money or getting in a situation where, you don't have your ideal role. I think that's all that kind of stuff.
Nigga, chase it, bro, because you need it. Like, I mean, no disrespect to Paul George, bro, but like, great player. Like, he is a type of person that will be forgotten if he doesn't win a championship, just because he's had such unmeaningful moments in his career in terms of playoffs, like no runs, never been to a finals.
Yeah, he did Eastern Conference with Pacers.
Yeah, but like that was early on in his career. Like that's kind of forgotten. Like, you know what I mean? But like, he's never been to the finals. Like, he's never really had a chance to be like nobody. He wasn't gonna beat everybody. Even though people were like valiant effort by Paul George and the Indiana Pacers and Lance Stevenson and Roy Hibbert. But like, nobody really thought they were gonna beat that team. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So he's just like I want to see him like be there. Like, it's like, it almost felt like that was those teams and that run against Miami were like the only meaningful moments of his career. Like, can you think of any others?
I kind of remember him cooking with OKC, like playing like an MVP level player.
Yeah,
Russ. I think that's meaningful.
I mean, he was like bubble MVP player. Russ was really diming him. They were playing very well together, but that team was awful too. That team was awful. They had Melo too, and they underachieved. You know what I mean? Like, I just like, for him, I think like he is a dude that really, like, his career, I truly think, personally, I'm sure he'll be fine. But from the perspective, his career getting a title, especially if he gets it in like, and he's still a player on the team, you know what I mean? And he gets a couple meaningful baskets, like at the end of the game, couple clutch shots or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, his career will like truly advance. I compare him to somebody like Clyde Drexler, even though Clyde Drexler is a better player than him, right? Clyde Drexler was just, for so much of his career, like, he did get to that finals, though. That's one thing. He did get to a finals against Jordan, the Bulls, right? Exactly. But like, so many almost meaningless buckets in Portland, nobody cared about. Nobody thought, like, people don't realize how good Clyde Drexler was. I remember. There's a lot of people, old school guys were like, "Yo, Clyde was better than Jordan," which is crazy.
No, but
people were saying that.
That was a legit matchup before that Jordan's second title.
Absolutely, so he don't.
Jordan got mad at that though.
Of course, but honestly, Clyde getting that title and being a key reason for that title,
right? With the Rockets.
With the Rockets, it changes his whole legacy.
He's still getting forgotten though a little bit,
but people will always remember him as a champion. Like, obviously, people don't give him the same credit as Michael and whatnot. But like,
Michael got sick.
Like Clyde would have been like, no disrespect, he would have been like probably like Mitch Richmond, who is also fucking nasty. Of course. Like, people don't realize how good Mitch Richmond was.
He was probably better than Clyde.
Man, that's hard. That's hard because Clyde, even though Clyde didn't have as many moments, Clyde led his team to playoff runs and stuff like that. Mitch Richmond, I think, was in the playoffs like twice in his career.
Mitch was probably a pure offensively better player than Clyde, but Clyde was probably better all around.
Yeah,
in terms of impact.
Yeah, Mitch did get an actual chip though. I think.
Where?
I think with the Lakers at the end of his career, but he was all like,
Yeah, okay,
he was like
playing.
in a suit, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? So he was basically an executive at that point. You know what I mean? But I think he did steal one on like the 2000, one of the Shaq Kobe Lakers teams.
Yeah.
But like I'm talking about like a one where you do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Ray Allen's legacy. Yeah, he got a title with Boston, but like that second title with Miami, changes his whole legacy because he hit that shot. He was part of it just not like that changes so much about his career, bro.
And then it kind of makes you remember what he was with the Sonics.
Absolutely, bro.
Because he was a killer.
Paul George. I see
what you're saying in the sense that once you win the chip, we look back at all those great seasons.
Absolutely,
man. Meaningless.
It validates everything else that you've done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think like
it makes it look like you weren't the reason they were losing.
Yeah,
he didn't have enough around him at that time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I like for me, I like chasing. I don't know what maybe chasing and his definition is different from my definition. You know what I mean? Maybe he's like, oh, I just don't want to like run around, but like you should be like prioritizing a team that is like on the edge that needs that piece.
Yeah, I think Clay should be doing the same thing. You know, if you want to call it chasing, call it chasing. I want to see him win a championship somewhere else.
Yeah, that would be nice. I think
that would change the way we look at Klay Thompson.
Absolutely. Especially if he was like a key.
And also, especially that they're not paying him what he thinks he should make, and then he goes somewhere else and wins a championship with that chip on his shoulder.
Absolutely.
That's why I would want him see him. I want to see him in OKC. I think he's their Mr. Peace.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he could really help, but I also just think that Klay. I don't know. I think I'm not saying he's done. I just think that he still thinks of himself at a certain level, and I think he has to realize that he is at a lesser level that's still good, and use who he is now to shape the rest of his game, as opposed to trying to get back. Like I think, like
what Carmelo did.
Yeah, exactly. Like for me, I told you about my health issues, right? Yeah. A year of my health issues were wasted because I was trying so hard to be the old version of myself. And then when I finally realized, okay, this is something I have to deal with. This is who I am now. Let me reinvent myself. That's when I finally truly healed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's wisdom in so many facets of life.
Absolutely. So like, I mean, I'm like, that's what Klay needs to realize, that like, you know, this is who I am now, and let's figure out craftier ways to kind of be effective. But he's trying to prove to people that he's the old person. You know what I mean? That's fine. You don't have to worry. You don't worry about that shit. You know, just focus on being the best version of who you are now. So, yeah.
Out of him, Trey and Klay. Sorry, PG-13, Trey and Klay, who do you think could have most impact on having a team win a championship? Like, if they were to all move around.
Trey, Young, PG-13, and...
Those guys, yeah.
Okay.
PG-13, Klay, Trey. It's probably Trey. Trey because he's younger, right? But then defensively...
Yeah, I think it's Paul George. And I think if Paul George goes to the Sixers and he is exactly what he's been and what they wanted from Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid's able to stay healthy, they are a legitimate title contender.
Yeah, I don't believe in the Sixers or the.
But I don't know if Joel Embiid can stay healthy. But like that would be an immediate change. Like that, like the Sixers were the best team in the Eastern Conference for a stretch. So like they can really put together some wins, but the problem is relying on Joel Embiid. Now Trae Young, I mean, where are you thinking he's going? Lakers?
Well, he dropped that emoji right after JJ was hired. He dropped the hourglass emoji.
Yeah. So I mean,
This is how we get our news now.
Exactly,
Dropping
right?
emojis. How we get
it's
our narratives.
I mean, I don't think Trae Young is the missing piece to help the Lakers. I think they're a better team, but like, I think the
With
Lakers.
Dalton Connect?
It's just, I mean, I don't like the
So
thing
who do you
about
think Trae Young can
like
help?
like I
Where'd you
think
see Trae?
like I just don't think that LeBron and AD and that team have enough to win a title. Like, I think they can make a run in a series or two. I just don't think they have enough. I think they're gonna win another in-season
It
tournament.
would be crazy way to
championship.
roll out, though, playing with his son a few games and winning a championship, then retiring.
What's it? Sounds like I'll play.
But regular season, just to say he did it, a few
yeah,
games.
my son. I could give my son a championship ring that he deserves as a two-way player.
Well, I mean,
he don't even want to be a two-way player.
But you could say that about any two-way player. Like, do they deserve it? Do they don't? I mean, they're on the team,
No, I'm saying like he's gonna deserve it if he's on the team, and I'm just saying that like, that'd be crazy. But I mean,
LeBron usually gets what he wants.
not 6 times. 6 times he got.
This guy always brings it back to MJ.
Hey man, 6 times he lost, so definitely didn't get what he wanted then.
Be a cool way to roll out. Hey, you know what's kind of like under the radar story that nobody's talking about? The Lakers kind of give him like a take it or leave it offer.
To LeBron?
Yeah, they're like, this is what we're paying you for 3 years. You could take it or leave it. But it's funny that like now they draft Bronny, so it's almost like, all right, you want to play with your son? This is what we're offering you.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. That's what it feels like to me.
I mean, fam, like, I feel like they low-key don't want him, but they're like, he sells a lot. Like, we're,
Win a championship or don't win a championship.
Yeah,
it helps the
Yeah,
organization.
it helps the organization.
Yeah.
Where eyes are constantly on us. Like, the buzz is here. We're making some money. And, like, I've heard that the Bus family is, like, they're not in the best financial place. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, they're
compared to
all the
guy
other
over there with the
owners and stuff
Clippers.
like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, they're looking to make some money. LeBron can help with that, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, he's worth the investment in terms of what they get back, in terms of attention and putting butts in the seats and all that stuff.
Yeah. But, man, I bet you Pat Riley's laughing over there, though. Because this is exactly what Pat Riley didn't want. You know what I mean? LeBron taking over the fucking whole team. The whole fucking team. He was trying to do that in Miami, and Pat Riley was not having that. Sure. Like, he comes here, like, LeBron is fucking lucky as hell that he got that bubble title. Because there's no way they would let him do all this shit without that bubble title. That bubble title is, like...
That's like what that...
It's like, okay, everything's worth it. We got one.
That's that 08 championship for Doug Rivers?
100%, bro. I'm telling you, bro. It's like it's
my man Doc's gonna have jobs till 2040.
Yeah, bro. It's like, dog, he got that bubble title, and that's all. Yo, I got you what you needed. That's all you wanted from me. I got you that. Like,
and according to LeBron, it was more challenging.
Yeah. No, I mean, of course, yeah. But, bro, I like, how it is when you play at Equinox.
Mm-hmm.
You know the rims.
We taking it to
Equinox.
Equinox.
You know the court. Like,
but why does LeBron know that bubble court so well?
It's not that he knows the bubble court, nigga. You playing in the same court every fucking day. You practice it there. You play it.
But the team he's playing against is getting the same thing.
I understand, but like that helps. Like, also, like, one thing about you talk to you heard from Lou Will and some of the other players that were in the bubble. They're like, Lakers were taking it super seriously. We wasn't. He's like, he's like from jump, like nobody. Yeah. Kawhi was like not trying to be there. He was like from rip. He was like,
he's still not trying to be.
Yeah, Kawhi. He's like Kawhi. Like, before we even signed on to come back, Kawhi was already not trying to be there. So like our whole attitude was like,
how you feel about Stephen A. calling him the worst superstar ever?
Stephen A. Man, like, there's some truth to it, but at the same time, Stephen A. is like so focused on business and money that, like, I feel like it clouds so much of his decision making, his judgment, like,
what he talks about.
Like, he is so money oriented and business oriented now that, like, I feel like.
Let me ask you this: does business oriented means to like what gives you the most engagement? too? Is that part of it? Like
Absolutely.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
perfect. Like today, right? This is a perfect example, right? I'm watching him and who is it? Is it Woj? I think it was Woj that said the whole nepotism thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Did you see that?
I did.
When Woj was like, I don't want to hear it. He's like, nepotism runs rampant in this league.
That's what Stephen A. said.
Woj said it first.
But Stephen said it right after.
Right after. He did that on purpose because he knows sound bites can be clipped. So he literally said exactly what Woj said verbatim so that he would have his version of that and he could post that shit on social media. And nobody's going to know. Nobody knows Woj like that. You know what I mean?
And Woj don't care about that. He's more in the
exactly.
business. Yeah.
So he literally goes, I want to reiterate what you said, and he said it like in the Stephen A. way where he was loud, and
And Woj
he's
is
like,
probably looking at him like, I just said that.
I just said that, But Stephen A. knows you cut that, you put that on my Stephen A.'s podcast or my show, and that's gonna go more viral than Woj saying it because I'm a bigger person. Like he's so business minded, bro, and so like I think that. Like, he has a disconnect from the people now. And I think that's his biggest issue. That's what I think he hates the most, right? Like, he is so elevated. He's so elite now that he is really disconnected from the people, and especially black people, right? And that's why a lot of people, kind of have shit to say about him. Honestly, I think that's why he got rid of Max Kellerman. Max was way more for the people. He's way more grounded than Stephen A. And often when there was during Max and Stephen A.'s tenure, obviously there was so much racial upheaval, right? With, all the shit that happened, Colin Kaepernick so they often had to talk
things
about
that happened in the bubble.
Things that happened in the bubble, absolutely,
Yeah.
So Black Lives Matter movement all throughout their tenure. And so they often had to talk about that shit. And most times Max had opinions that were more relatable to regular people, right? Where Stephen A's often had these Republican conservative business
Feels like
minded.
he leans right?
What?
Feels like he leans right a little bit.
Probably. I mean, he would never say it, but I'm sure he probably does.
Yeah.
These very high level, high corporate level mindsets.
Right.
And I think that's why he was so excited to get Shannon, because I think like Shannon is somebody who kind of like thinks like him, but at the same time really does have a connection with regular people,
Yeah.
But Stephen A is always going to do Stephen A type shit, so.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you something since you're an artist. Did you get to see it's interesting, we're ends with something that's not even basketball. Did you get to see the Kendrick concert?
I did not see the concert, but I saw the aftermath. I saw the highlights. I obviously know what happened.
Man, everybody on, other podcasts, like hip hop podcasts, they say we don't want to talk about the other guy in the battle. We just want to praise the guy who had the concert, Kendrick, right? But I couldn't stop thinking about the other guy because I don't know, man. Like, so for you, do you feel like it's a boxer that got beaten so bad that it'll affect him forever and he'll never be the same, or it's time heals all wounds?
Well, so it really depends on who Drake is as a person internally, right? If Drake is just about, if he's more like a Stephen A, business-minded, he'll be fine. Most of Drake's fans are white. Most of Drake's fans are young. Like, they
Doesn't
don't
Drake have
understand.
all kinds of fans, though?
He does, but most of his fans are white, young, suburban. You know what I mean? Like, he's a pop artist. No disrespect. He's a rapper too, but he's way more pop than rap. You know what I mean? So when you're pop, you're going to have fans that just don't understand the nuances of like Drake being a culture vulture, as they would say, right? Like they just want to hear Drake make music and make us dance. That's what I mean. That's all they want to hear, right? So like from a business standpoint, absolutely, I think he'll be completely fine. Like Kendrick's fans and Drake's fans, like they're not the same people. You know what I mean? Like there's maybe a little bit of crossover, but like, you know, if you're a diehard Kendrick fan, you like real hip hop.
Definitely made some fans during this though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You like real hip hop. No disrespect to Drake, what Drake considers hip hop or what Drake's music is. He is a rapper. He's a good rapper. But like what quote unquote people who think about real hip hop, quote unquote real hip hop, like you wouldn't put Drake on that list, right?
He can really rap though.
He can really rap.
Yeah.
But he still dumbs down his rapping ability to make pop music.
It's so interesting you said
You know
that.
what I mean?
Do you think dumbing down is a business move? Kind of like we were just
Absolutely.
talking about Stephen A. Because if you're talking some like intellectual shit, not everybody could get with it.
Absolutely. Like, dog, this is what it comes down to. Drake is a pop artist. So what pop artists do is they evolve with what the trends are. Like Kendrick doesn't evolve. He has a style. He's going to go out of style, and then he's going to only cater to his diehard fans who follow his journey. You know what I mean? Like,
Is he already at that point?
No.
Okay.
Like, I think he's actually elevating because of what just happened.
Yeah.
But
that concert was crazy.
yeah, but absolutely. Like pop artists, they follow trends. That's why Drake's rap style changes all the time. Because he's like, he'll find some young new artist that's popping.
Yeah.
And he'll do a track with them.
Take a little bit of their superpower.
Take a little bit of their stuff.
Their sauce.
And then understand what is hot right now. Like, I mean, beyond Drake, like R&B artists, singers pop artists have been doing it forever. Beyonce does it all the time. You know what I mean? Like all the time. Right? Rihanna does it.
She
like,
just did a country album.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beyonce,
that is what you do. You know what I mean? Right? If you want to stay relevant for decades, you know, right? So, but if you're trying to be a street type of dude, right, and ingratiate yourself with black culture, like people gonna question that shit. You know what I mean? And Kendrick had enough, and he wanted to test his gangster, and he did some crazy research. He really like took it to the next level. And Kendrick is an intentional person. Like everything he did in that concert was intentional. And I think what he was trying to do was to showcase what he means to hip hop versus what Drake is to hip hop. Right? The type of reception that he got from every single person that he brought on. Like, he's like, yo, it's a culture thing. It's not a music thing. It's a culture thing. So I mean this to black people. I mean this to an entire West Coast, a culture of music. You know what I mean? Like, you are inspiring, like, random white kids in the suburbs to, like, pretend to be black and pretend to rap gangster. Like, I am creating a movement for our people. I am ushering the movement, I should say, from what was passed down in previous generations. I am a conduit to the next generation. I'm going to pass it down to the next person who's going to help move the culture, right? So I think that's what he was trying to emphasize.
This is more real.
Yeah. He was trying to emphasize that. And there's a lot of Drake fans that's not going to understand that or care. You know what I mean? And, like, that's the beauty of being a pop star. You know what I mean? Like, but to people who really fuck with the culture, the movement of what rap was originally meant to be, it was a message for the culture. You know what I mean? That is what, like, often our people used to, like, some of our most biggest activists and political leaders were assassinated. We put those messages into the music. You know what I mean? Huey P. Newton, Martin Luther King, Fred Hampton, you know what I mean? All these people were assassinated. So that message was then filtered through the music. So early hip hop was always about, building
Before it was
ourselves
commercialized.
up. Of course, you know what I mean? So I think that is what, like, the essence of what hip hop was. And I think Kendrick is a purist. So he's like, this is what it's supposed to be. You coming in and taking the parts of it that are cool to you, that are degrading to our people, and you're profiting off of that, and you didn't even live it, nigga. You're from Canada. You know what I mean? In the suburbs, raised by white people. And I think that is what Kendrick is most upset about. And I understand why he's upset. Like, at the end of the day, music is music. You know what I mean? Drake is he's a talented artist and whatnot. And people, like, there's hyperbole with almost every rap lyric. People brag, people, say stuff that's fake. But I think Kendrick just got sick of it because, like, I'm sure there's some shit behind the scenes that Drake was saying, because you heard Drake in the battles talking about, shout out to YG, hold me down, set nigga, real set niggas, whatever, right? He called out saying YG was his connect in LA to keep him good. Well, YG was on stage with Kendrick, so I don't know what Drake's talking about.
LeBron was on stage.
LeBron was on. He wasn't on stage. I think he was in concert.
Okay.
He was just in concert, but he was rapping. But his boy DeMar DeRozan was on stage.
He definitely was.
DeMar DeRozan owns Toronto. So, like, I mean, and these are all things that he did to show him, like, yo, this is like a culture thing, and
So, what's the biggest effect you think for Drake? Like, is it?
I think the biggest effect for Drake is that
The ship has sailed on him being for the culture.
Yeah, the stripping of street credibility. Like
So
we already knew.
You think he had that before then?
Absolutely, because even though Drake didn't really have it, he got in with so many people, so you can get connected. You know what I mean? Like Lil Wayne. I mean, Chris Brown is from like the suburbs of like Virginia.
Spent a lot of time in Harlem, but yeah.
Chris Brown?
Yeah.
He grew up in Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know about the Harlem stuff.
Yeah,
Maybe he did, but he grew up in Virginia. Like, he's from I forget what the.
You're probably right.
town.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, he's a legit gang member now. Legit, certified. Like real talk. Like he in them LA streets hard. I used to do music videos for this artist. It's also gang affiliated. And we did a music video in Crenshaw. Do you know who Big U is?
No.
Okay. So Big U is like, he was the OG Crip, like way back in the day, right? He's probably like, I don't know, maybe early 60s now. He did a 20-year bid, but he was like gang certified, like, like he was the leader of the Crips, like in the 80s or early 90s or whatever. Then went to jail for 20 years, right? So we did a music video, and I met him
out there
in Crenshaw. So
you flew out there just to do a music video in Crenshaw,
bro. When you on that shit, bro, like when they really on that shit, they like, yo, you got to do this, you got to. It's like they really take that gang, like, it's not, bro. The word gang, bro, is such a. It's
limiting.
Yeah, it's so limiting.
Yeah.
It really is a mafia, bro. And like the thing about it is, like, they call the Italians a mafia, it's organized and whatnot. But when it's black people doing it, it's gang, and doesn't get the same type of respect. Yo, they are really on their shit. I asked them because I'm a super organized. I'm a curious person, so I'm asking them all this shit. What's up with this gang life, bro? Like, what really is up? And they broke it down to me in terms of, like, they were like, this land that you stand on right now, right? You pay for that your house is built on. You pay for the taxes. You pay for all this shit, right? But you don't get the rights. Government get to do whatever they want. So they essentially create a certain amount of organized crime so that they can have control of their land. They can have control of what is theirs, where they are, right? Bro, we were trying to get Ubers. Couldn't get no Ubers. They wouldn't come out. They would not come out. We had to walk like 2 to 3 miles before we could finally get an Uber, because Ubers will not come out there. So I'm shooting a music video, right? And I already got confirmation from Big U, but he's inside his store.
What does confirmation from Big U mean?
Like, basically, we're good in the hood. right?
That's what I thought. Yeah.
So we're shooting a music video. Somebody pull up on us. Yo, what you doing here, cuz? And I'm trying to be as professional as possible.
I'm a big you.
Yeah.
Is that what he said?
I'm like, oh, we're shooting a music video. Yeah, I don't know why I put on my white voice. Like, trying to be professional. I was like, I don't know why, because I don't know how I thought that was going to work. You know? But I also really wanted them
Is that really what you did?
I swear to God. Because I think I really wanted them to know that I was not part of that gang. Like I wasn't trying to assimilate. Like, I wanted to let them know I'm not from around here. I ain't trying to do none of that shit, right? So he's like, what you doing here, cuz? I'm like, oh, we're shooting a music video for an artist. We're here with Big U. He's like, oh, you with Big Homie? So I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, let me go talk to him real quick. Let me make sure that's cool, right? And he goes out, Big U comes out, make sure it's all good. But like, he came up like ready to shut shit down, right? And so it's a funny story that he told me too, right? Like this dude, similar situation, right? I don't know if he had connections in Crenshaw or just wanted the aesthetic of Crenshaw, right? And he's shooting a movie. Contacted the city, did all the paperwork, the logistics.
He did that? He did all that?
Not Big U, some guy.
Okay.
Some guy was shooting a movie, right? And he did all the bureaucracy to get the paperwork and permits and stuff like that to shoot a movie. They bring the set, they start shooting the movie, you're working on it. Somebody came in, checked in. Yo, what y'all doing over here? And he's like, oh, we're shooting a movie actually. And he's like, I think it was a black dude too, or I don't know if it was a black dude or a white dude. Actually, I forget. And he's like, yeah, we're shooting a movie. We have our permits. We're ready to go. And he's like, oh, did you talk to Big Homie? And he's like, no, but I talked to the city. And they're like, no, you gotta have to talk to Big Homie. Make sure you good around here. And he's like, I don't understand. I've done all the paperwork. He's like, yo, just talk to Big Homie. Make sure everything is good because I don't want y'all hurt. I don't want y'all to get hurt. Equipment get lost. Something might happen. So then he's like, let's call the police. They call the police. They talk to the police. And the police is like, I'm going to be honest with you. I know it's not what you want to hear, but you should probably talk to to Big U, right? And they're like, because the gang culture the police can't do nothing. So they go talk to Big U. Big U's like, hey, of course y'all can shoot. Y'all just got to break me off 20%. That's it. That is how they're able to make money. That is how it's organized. You know what I mean? Like, they own this. They like the way the government tax you they're doing the same thing. The government's doing the exact same thing. This is the land that you bought. Oh, you're going to have to pay taxes on that. They doing the same thing. They're like, they're not here. They're not fixing our streets. They're not doing nothing. They're not helping our communities. Because even these gangbangers are really helping the community. They might be on that shit too, but they still opening up rec centers for kids to play ball. Like, they doing a lot of shit. So they're like, the government ain't doing none of that shit. They're taking their money.
So you think the money that he got from those people in the movie probably went back into the community?
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, so it really changed my whole mindset because the media will have you thinking, gangbanging is just gangbanging.
It's all bad.
It's all bad. That's what I thought. I mean, I'm a black man and I listen to hip hop. You know what I mean? So I just assume, people getting stomped out, people getting, you can't wear this color, you can't wear this. You know what I mean? That's what I just assumed it was just, that's all that the media tells you about. But they really putting the money back in the community. And they feel like the city, the state is not doing nothing for our community. So how can we figure out a way to, organize and do all that other shit? So I was impressed with Big U's, man. He's a smart dude, bro. Because you see, if you see any Chris Brown music videos, most Chris Brown's music videos, especially the ones that are not like studio based music videos, that are one like on location, he's in all of them. He's in the back, chilling, big ass motherfucker. He said he hooped too. We almost played 1-on-1, and this is when I was in my prime. And I was like, because he's like, oh, I'm gonna beat you up, because first of all, he's like 6'4", probably 280, I don't know. Jacked.
Oh, muscle.
Like, so big dude, right? So he's like, oh, we can play. I was like, bro, I'll cook you, bro. You don't even want to play me. Because he's like muscle, but like still got some, girth to him. Like more like a Zion build, right? And I'm like, yo, you can't do nothing with me, bro. I was like, I'll shoot you. Like, you can't do nothing with me. And then I was talking to people. They're like, I was like, is he nice? And they go, yo, Big U can play, but like, nigga, you ain't gonna be doing nothing. That nigga gonna hack the fuck out of you, bro. like, you ain't going none of that dribbling shit, bro. I promise you, if you do any of that shit, bro, you on the ground, and and you better not call foul. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just shoot my music video, bro. I'll just focus on my job at hand, bro. But yeah, that was my time in LA. Interesting place.
I think our last episode was our best episode.
Okay, yeah. I agree.
Great way to end it, man. I appreciate you taking the time for all these weeks, not just today, and I learned a lot from you. And,
what'd you learn? You didn't learn nothing from me.
I learned a lot from you. I learned what works in the internet way better. Like, I'm way better with my stuff because of what we've done.
Okay.
I mean, it's in combination with other things I've been doing, but definitely learned about like what works in social with you. I think like I have a better understanding. Definitely. Yeah. So I appreciate you, man. I learned a lot.
All right.